weird, doesn't it?
Dunno, does it? We're normally recording in a car.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to do our home journey part 3 video. It's a bit of a weirder setup for you guys. We're actually in the house now. So
What's the date today? It's the
21st?
It's the 20th.
Something like that, of January.
21st, I think it's the 21st of January, so...
Technically we've had the keys just under a month. We didn't move in until the 30th of December, so we picked the keys up on the 22nd. So...
This is our 3rd week. 3 weeks today.
I think so, yeah.
I think it could be 3. We've had 3 weeks in the house today.
So basically we thought we would just talk about where our process started from the last video till now, waiting to complete... Cheeky slur.
It's class.
When we were waiting to complete from the last video, we still had no idea really when we were going to complete. So they said it could be New Year, it could have been December. Obviously being new builds, unfortunately, if you are an end of year completion, they will rush you in and you might get a little bit of a botched job, unfortunately. We ended up getting our keys on the 22nd of December, which they originally said would be the 23rd. So that's when they sort of gave us a solid date. And we just sort of counted the days down, didn't we? Until we actually got the phone call on the 22nd. Even on the 22nd, if we would.
Yeah, on the 22nd, we didn't fully know if or when we would get a call.
Yeah.
You just kind of don't know.
I mean, we finalised our funds and got everything sent over. My God, the week before completion was so stressful. Do you remember?
Massive.
It was life or death for us, basically, because we almost had the house taken off us. So basically, our mortgage provider basically said to our solicitor that there was a lot of documents that were missing, which our mortgage broker said wasn't, that they had sent off, and that it's actually our solicitor's fault that things are missing because they've not sent things off, which I could believe, to be honest. But we ended up having this panic thinking there was loads of documents that we needed to fill out, which we didn't have the time to do. Like, I was working a 60-hour week.
There was 2 documents that we'd sent, which we know we'd sent, because one of the documents required our joint account details.
Yeah.
And because we'd set up a joint account, we remember putting our joint account details down, so we know we sent it off.
Yeah.
One of them had got it, one of them hadn't. Sending it off wasn't exactly a problem again, but it wasn't just sending off the documents. There was other things that they wanted, and
yeah,
because it's time's ticking, and yeah,
it was just so stressful because I was doing like either 9 till 7 or 9 till 8 days. You were working a full week as it was, because usually in a working week I have 2 working days off, which means that's a good day if anything ever needs doing for me to be able to sit down and get through it, whereas I didn't. I was working a 6-day working week. It was Christmas, I was so busy, so all these documents that needed doing we had no time to do, basically, and we were stressing. We had to go to the bank, which I couldn't go and do. You had to go and do for my behalf, so I had to call the bank and allow him access to my accounts. There was a lot of things that needed doing that shouldn't have been needing doing, basically.
Yeah, one thing we want to say is this accounts for this video and the videos prior. Our journey, our experience with Taylor Wimpy, what you have to remember and understand. And Taylor Wimpy aside, just for example, your solicitor, your lender, obviously we're going with Taylor Wimpy. We've brought a Taylor Wimpy house. There are going to be so many similarities to every Taylor Wimpy house you use. However, we're going off our experience from our area. So the customer service we've received, you're going to get different. You might have a positive experience, you might have a bad experience. So please take that into consideration.
Yeah. That
we just want to stress that enough, because we've dealt with people that you won't deal with.
Yeah.
And if you go and buy a Taylor Wimpy house,
it may be easier, it may be more stressful. We can't answer that for you. As a whole, buying a new build is kind of a breeze. A lot of pretty much everything's done for you, especially as first-time buyers. They do take a bit of the pressure off. However, we have had like encounters here and there, which we are going to do a realities of buying a new build, which will cover like pros and cons and any snags, and also we'll cover this, but I'll briefly mention it, about like bad customer service here and there kind of things. So
if you've got any questions about,
leave it at the bottom of this video.
Leave it at the bottom, yeah. If there's anything you want to know, we're gonna literally,
if you've had an experience and you think, is that normal? Have you moved into a new building, something happened for someone that didn't? Ask us anything.
Any questions you've got, from a reality of buying a new build, like go into detail of.
And we'll be brutally honest, like we love our home, we do love our home. However, as a new build, you are sort of sold the dream, but we specifically had a bit of a poor.
We'll save that.
Yeah.
We're gonna save that.
Stay tuned for that video because that will be a good in depth of basically a lot of things that aren't spoke about.
We can't talk about buying an old build house or
yeah.
And there will be similarities, like like you become to. I mean, we were house digging for like a year, so become to understand, and we can see some similarities. For example, if you buy an old build and you're going to renovate it, you pick your house, you design your kitchen. With a new build, you pick your kitchen, you design your kitchen. That's a similarity.
Yeah, we will speak about a lot more of in detail in that video about that, because that is a whole separate video in itself. So for example, like our home demo day, we had our home demo day, which if you watch our picking our house keys video, we had our home demo day the day after, which is unusual. In our home demo day, they tell you about everything how things work. You get to see the house for the first time as a completed house. Yeah, they show you how things work and everything like that. Our home demo day was, like I said, after we picked the keys up, so everything felt a bit different because we actually owned the house and we were letting a stranger in our house technically. All in all, our home demo day was really great. It was fine. We'll speak about it more in like our realities of buying a new build video even more as well. In terms of how we moved in,
very unnatural.
Yeah.
But then again, I say that there might be a lot of people out there that are similar. So which I'm pretty sure we've said, we didn't have the carpet done with Taylor Wimpy.
We shopped around for our carpet, got it for a really good price, and I'm so glad we got the carpet that we did because we love it.
We went to 4 or 5 different carpet shops.
Yeah, we did.
We shopped around. So moving in, so we didn't have the carpet done. We got the keys on the 22nd.
Home demo day on the 23rd.
Yeah.
Got the carpet done on the 29th. So over Christmas, we didn't really do much, to be fair, because it was Christmas. We didn't think about the house and anything like that, really.
I hadn't even packed.
No.
But on the I think I packed on the 28th.
Yeah. So Ashley packed on the 28th. On the 29th, we had the carpet done, and also on the 29th, we filter moved some things in. So, like the kitchen bits and like the areas that weren't being carpeted that we could move in, we like unpackaged things and put things in its place.
Yeah.
And then on the 30th, I was actually at work. So I unfortunately missed my only ever chance of moving into my first home ever again. I finished work and came home to a pretty much done house. So you can talk about the moving in process because I wasn't a part of it. Long day.
Obviously, we brought the king size bed, which was at my mother's
last year.
So the king size bed was at my mother's. TV, the booth.
Yeah.
That I had to bring was all my clothes, shoes. That was pretty much. We didn't bring any wardrobes over as well because that's a project. So like the walk-in.
Stay tuned for that.
Walk-in wardrobe. So for a lot of people, it's pretty simple. You possibly have a van. You can rent a van. Or if you've got a family member or a friend that has a van. My stepmom, she worked at a place that had a van. So we got, my dad drove the van.
Yeah. Kitted everything out that we needed in the van.
Yeah, whacked everything in, came up on the 30th.
And you'll see in the picking our house key video or Ashley moving in, a lot of time lapses, him building things.
You knew and you haven't, go back to watch.
Our home journey playlist is on our YouTube, and that's pretty much talking all things house. It's our picking our house keys up, empty house tour, everything. Go and watch them, and this video will make more sense.
Bit of advice: if you're moving in, one of the first, I'd say from my experience, right, it's not a hard day, but some might say it's stressful. Get your bed up.
Yeah.
Get your bed upstairs. Make it one of the first things you do.
Because if you don't want to build anything else that day, you've got somewhere to sleep that night.
Yeah. If you've had enough, get it done. Do you know what I mean? Like if you brought plates, cutlery, don't worry about putting that away because you can just grab plate out. Do you know what I mean?
Which we obviously, going back to the day before, we had already like moved and put that away. So all things like that we didn't have to worry about because that was away. Yeah,
that was it. We moved in, got all the stuff up, got a clothes rail, got the clothes on the clothes rail. So at this point, we've got the bed in and the bed made. We'd got my clothes in and the clothes rail up, and then we set the booth up, and then that was pretty much my side of the day done. Yeah. I'd still got a fair few things at my mother's, but like nothing that's, do you know what I mean, that I can live without.
Yeah. I, on the other hand, because I was at work, I hadn't even packed my clothes yet. I stopped at Ash's. I had a bit of his wardrobe, basically. So I had like some drawers, and I basically split my wardrobes into the things that were necessity and took over to Ashley. So I put that in a box. So I had a box of things that I could wear, use, my toiletries, my shampoo and conditioner, everything that I needed was here. I needed to pack my whole wardrobe, basically. I had a week off at the start of January, and one of my days, thankfully to my dad, got loads of boxes from work, and I went over and packed my stuff. I had like 4 huge boxes full, and I even chucked loads of things as well. That's why the walk-in wardrobe room is going to be such a big project, because I've got so many clothes, like winter, summer, autumn wardrobes, specifically for the seasons.
She's got a bag, like a dustbin bag full of shoes.
Just shoes, like a big bag full, and that's not even all my shoes. I've got all my shoes that I wear mainly here, but I've got a lot of clothes, so it was like I had to make sure I had a day to go over, pack it all and bring it back, which thankfully you helped with.
Pretty much, it's like kind of in.
Yeah. Everything else you buy, you build. If you haven't already bought it and you've got... So if you're moving from house to house, you've pretty much got everything you need. You're just putting it in its place. Whereas we, as first-time buyers, had to buy everything from new. So we had everything that we needed that was a necessity. Our sofa was delivered on the Monday, the 9th, I think it was, of January.
We ordered our sofa before we moved in, and it just so happened that the date, which we were told the date, it was going to be the 17th of January, but it actually got pushed forward to, like, what day was it?
9th, I believe.
So then we had the sofa in.
Everything else that we bought, like, for example, this candle was from Aldi. We went and did a food shop, and we were, like, filled up on small things like cushions, placemats, things like that. Unless you're already organised and have that all way before, we kind of built up on the areas that we needed. So pretty much the whole kitchen is done now. The living room is pretty much all done, and we'll go room by room and build it up, which is pretty normal.
Living room's not done yet, technically.
Fire. We are about to set this place on fire. Going on from what I was just saying, the things that we've bought to make our home feel like a home, we really shopped about. There were certain things that we knew we wanted, like the booth was quite expensive, but we landed on lucky. We got it in the summer sale. The sofa was quite expensive, but we knew the one we wanted. We shopped around, and because we had a colour scheme, it was quite easy to go on all the different websites and just filter for that colour scheme. So as you know, we've got navy and grey in our living room. So good places that we went was IKEA. Everyone knows IKEA, reasonably priced. We love IKEA. Dunelm, we got a few things from Next. Like, we built up around Tesco, Sainsbury's, Habitat. The supermarkets do fantastic stuff, honestly, and I think most of our house, if I say so myself, we've done it not on a budget. We've had the money to do it, but the things that we've wanted haven't been extortionate anyway. Cushions on our sofa that are £12.50 from Dunelm, but they look more expensive than what they are. I could tell you they were Next.
So we said, what, IKEA, Sainsbury's, Tesco. For the colour scheme that we've gone for, so like sometimes trying to find something navy in some of the shop, like you can't find, but like, just for example, if you go for like your living room is like, say, grey and red, you might find a different shop better. Or
I think navy currently is the in colour. So a lot of the shops have navy as a colour scheme option. I also have noticed that burnt orange, ochre and forest green is really in right now. So if you have a colour scheme and it's quite current, you'll find it in all the shops, which we were quite fortunate that every single shop we went into, I'd spot something and we could buy it. Whereas if you've got a colour that's a bit of a niche colour, or a colour that was last season potentially, it means that you might struggle to find things either at a reasonable price or in general. But we've been very fortunate that everything that we've got has been from the same collection. So like our cushions and our blanket are from Habitat. They're all the same collection. This is all down to how much you want to spend as well. Like there's a picture that I want from Next, which is £70, and we're holding off from buying it yet because we want to finish the living room off with the bigger purchases like the TV unit.
it's not
important
right
now.
Like,
you could probably go onto Zenio and find the exact same sort of print that we want and do it for a lot more reasonably priced. You might find it in Dunelm. You know, shop around. If there's anything that you want, always shop around.
Yeah, and also have like a list of what you want to get first.
Yeah.
That's probably
Prioritise.
what's really, like, don't get me wrong, and don't forget as well, if you've saved up loads of money, we've kitted our living room out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because we managed to saved up because
beforehand.
We didn't want to have to come in and have nothing.
Yeah.
But like, you will find a way
of doing it what's right for you. If you can't afford a sofa for the first year of moving in, do what's best for you.
Bit of context, we're 3 weeks in and we still ain't got curtains upstairs. I mean, they were delivered, but the curtain poles, so like our bedroom, we ain't got an in, so it's been delayed.
Yeah.
But
it is what it is. You build up, you have the money when you have, and if you don't put yourself out to try and get something, especially if it's your own little home. Like for us, we've not had anyone other from family around as guests. We will do once it's all a bit more completed, but they wouldn't mind anyway. They would understand that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Ow. So our first week, so this is our third week in. Our first week I was off holiday for the first week of January, so every day was blessed. In terms of our first week, there wasn't much that we did really, was it? You were at work from you left here at 7 till you'd get home at 6. That time I'd be at home. I had the time to sort of get used to living here, getting used to the house, getting used to the area, getting used to the supermarkets and stuff. Whereas for you had your first week getting used to the journey to work, whereas I hadn't done that yet. I think in general it was quite nice that I had the time to get used to it. I know that sounds awful because you didn't.
It's strange really, because like you buy a new house, standard stuff.
You buy the area as well.
But like you have to accommodate. It's not just the house. You have to accommodate work and these are all things. If you go back to your checklist about
what you want,
it's not only starting of it. It's like a pyramid, isn't it? You start. Oh right, you're gonna buy a house. Okay, next thing, you're gonna buy an old build or a new build. Okay, next thing, how far do you want it from work? Next thing, do you want 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed, 4 bed? How big do you want your garden? What kitchen do you want? Do you want an island in the kitchen? That is something, in my opinion, you tie in. Yeah. You've got to tie it in with buying a house. That's definitely something to take note of, isn't it?
Oh god, yeah.
Tie it in. Don't just think of the house. Think of your work life. We shop. I mean, it's not really important, but I like Tesco, I like Aldi. There's a Tesco and Aldi close.
For first-time buyers, the area that we've purchased has been brilliant for us because everything's on our doorstep.
Sorry to interrupt you, didn't come into the categories of anything, did it really?
No, we weren't bothered by things like that. To be fair, I've always thought that I've wanted to live in like a little remote village where you would have to drive 10 minutes to your local town, where that's never been something you've wanted. And we've kind of gone the polar opposite, where we're in the thick of everything. We're literally like a minute drive to everything that we need, but we're still in a really lovely rural area of the area that we've bought. We've got lovely picturesque views and stuff, so I think we got bang on.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so if you had to give one tip when purchasing, obviously we've purchased a new build, when purchasing
a home,
what would your one tip be buying a new build?
What would yours be?
Sort your internet out.
Yeah.
Sort your internet out. I'll go into a quick bit of detail. My mate bought a new build, right? And he said he ordered his internet and got it done the next day.
It goes off your area and it also goes off when you purchase your new build.
It was like, right, sound. What we'll do is, because we're getting the keys on the 22nd, we're not moving into the 30th. I'll order it in the week of that and it'll come. So we've gone with Virgin. We've ordered it. Pick a time slot. The closest date was a month. And I was like, oh my God, a month. So that is a tip. Do your research first. Like, I should have ordered it 2 weeks before that, 3 weeks before that actually. Yeah. So we're still without internet.
Yeah, so we've had our first month living on 4G, hotspot, and just really struggling with not having, because we've not had the internet yet, we've not set up the TV yet. So we didn't buy the TV unit yet. There was things that we could have bought the first week we moved in if we had internet and had everything a bit more organised. But
what would your tip be?
Plan, which is kind of like a spider diagram off what you've said. Plan your bills, plan your colour scheme, plan where you're going to buy things from. Save, which kind of is another thing in itself, but I just plan. I just make sure you know where you're at, kind of thing, because it can get quite overwhelming quite quickly. Have a bit of an idea of what things are happening when you might start purchasing things, what things are. Plan your bills, know when dates are, know when the bills are going out. Just stay on top of things, keep everything saved, all your important documents, all your important things you need to know, make sure you keep them.
Enjoy your house as well.
Enjoy your house, yeah.
Because we are.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's been really nice, hasn't it? Coming home to each other. And also, another thing, going off what I've just said, plan bloody meals. We're a nightmare for this. We go to the supermarket and go, oh, I like that, yeah, get that. The amount of things that we've had to throw away because we've overbought. We're not planning meals, which means we'll just buy things that we want to make meals together. So
we ain't threw that much away.
No, but so loads of things that we like, but not made a meal out of any of them yet. Meal plan, and that will help you budget a little bit more.
I'm going to give you 2 tips actually. So obviously the first one, the internet, and the final one is if you purchase a new build, obviously you'll have a list of snags.
Yeah.
That could be anything.
Can be small.
Paint marks, leaks.
You'll see that in the reality of buying a new build.
Make them known. You'll have a customer service guy or woman make them known. So that's been our
Home Journey Part 3.
Home Journey Part 3, moving in.
Because when we first started this series, we were like months away. And now we're sat in our home.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, check our Picking Our House Key video up. Also check our empty house tour, and stay tuned for all our other exciting videos house related that are soon to come up on the channel. We've got a lot of videos that, like I said, reality of buying a new build. We've got a video coming up about our living in our Taylor Wimpy new build home. Any video suggestions, anything you want to see, we've got a lot of DIY videos.
Don't forget to leave a like rating.
Subscribe, comment, share.
Leave a like, man. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like rating. Subscribe.
Share it with all your friends.
Get it all in, yeah.
Tell your friends. We are so fortunate that this past about 3 weeks, our YouTube has really skyrocketed. It's gone really, really well quite quickly, and we can't appreciate and thank you all enough, whether you've just watched once or this is your 10th video you've watched of us. I just want to say thank you, and we'd really, really appreciate any love and support you can give us, and just allow our channel to grow, and then we can do all the content that you want to watch.
So